My name is Melissa Crane and I'm the Community Programmes Officer for Nottingham Museums and Galleries. Here at Nottingham Castle we've developed some fantastic backpacks for families, and myself and members of the Learning Engagement team. And what they are essentially is a backpack with a paper-based trail and activities in the backpack, and the families complete them in the galleries and sites. And we also have a group of volunteers who are absolutely fantastic. They work on a rota basis from 11 to 3. And what they do is, here at the Bastion, when the families come in, they show them the contents of the backpack and they answer any questions. And then the museum assistants, along with Robin Hood, we have a Robin Hood character who actually takes them around the galleries to complete the activities.
I think it's a really good idea. It keeps them involved, gives them something to be interested in while they go through the castle.
It gets the children involved, doesn't it? And they enjoy it as well. So yeah, definitely.
Through this project, we've been able to meet local government and gender, which is fantastic. And it's really important because volunteers, they're essential to society. They help to build social capital. And we've been able to develop some really fantastic relationships with various individuals within the local community in Nottingham.
Backpacks are fantastic. We've had the volunteers in, and we as museum assistants have been working really closely with the volunteers. We've been helping them and they've been helping us. It's been a real team effort. They've been really good to have around. They're such a diverse group themselves, and it helps bring in a real diverse crowd. And, it's great. It's a play resource. It means that they are learning through play, which of course is a really good way of getting families and children into the building.
My name's Jenna Stevens and I'm the Learning and Engagement Assistant for Nottingham City Museum and Galleries, and part of my role is to coordinate the volunteers on the backpack project. I've been amazed at the enthusiasm and dedication that the volunteers have shown and how much of their spare time they're actually willing to offer to the backpack project. Since the project launched in February of this year and 2 successful volunteer recruitment days, we've had a total of 30 volunteers work on the project, and they've contributed 522 hours so far. As well as Nottingham Castle, this includes hours worked at another one of our sites called Newstead Abbey, and the backpacks were launched there at the beginning of August this year. The volunteers have to maintain the backpack resource, so they have to check that everything's in place and that it's presentable for the family. They also help collect comments and evaluations afterwards, and the children get a certificate and badge when they finished.
People from Nottingham that don't know all that much about Robin Hood and the castle, it's kind of a bit of an eye-opener, I think. And personally, I've got a lot of interest in history. I've studied history, and to be able to pass on some of what I know and see other people picking up an interest in it because of something I'm helping with, I find that very satisfying. A lot of the people that come in, you see multi-generational groups of families, so you'll have grandparents with parents, grandchildren, aunts and uncles, and it's something everyone can get involved with because the children, especially the younger ones, they need the help of the adults to be able to work through it. It's not, perhaps if they're not reading yet or understanding what questions mean, it's making the parents think at the same time as the children.
It's excellent. It's a good way of interacting with what's going on and learning really, isn't it? Fun way of learning.
The paper-based trail is aimed at junior school children. However, we have additional activities and colouring sheets for the little ones, and the overall aim is that the family does work together, so the parents work with the children and the older children help the younger children as well. And the actual backpack itself helps the family engage with the collections. We've been collecting many different objects here on the site for a lot of years and conserving them. So it's an excellent way to actually help the families learn a little bit more about the objects, learn a little bit more about the history of the building, and have fun at the same time.
Well, as you can see from the hat on my head, that's one of the items that is in the backpack. Children like dressing up, they like role-playing. And families who might not be so certain about going to a museum environment, it gets them involved, it gets them interacting with their kids in a way maybe they don't do in their everyday lives. Following trails, looking at exhibits and all that kind of thing, finding clues, trying to identify what's in the bag there. And that's what it's all about, it's fun. It's about having fun as a family. There are colouring and exercises, there are exercises where you can actually look at specific exhibits that points you out to certain things that maybe you might not actually notice. So it's getting you involved in things that are in glass cases that otherwise would just be static. I mean, how often do you go around a museum and you can play, this is in a glass case? Wouldn't it be nice if you could do something more with it? Well, this is doing something more with it.
Since the project was launched February of this year in 2010, the project's been really successful. The backpacks have been used a lot by the families. Lots of volunteers have helped to support the programme, and the backpack project has really had a positive impact on the lives of the volunteers involved in the project. We hope that with further support, we want to develop the backpack project and the volunteering programme. We want to increase the number of backpacks that we have available, and we also obviously want to increase the number of volunteers who get involved. Currently, we do engage with a number of families in the local area in Nottingham, but we would like to widen our audiences, engage with more families from the region, East Midlands region, and from outside the region as well.